in my own hometown. Stranger.
Hey folks, little Johnny. In the brewery, doing a bit of brewing today. Something different. Yeah, we're brewing beer. Today I'm knocking down a Aussie Lager. What I call my loaded dog lager. This is a beer I normally do each year and put into the comps for the state and such not. It's the beer I picked up second in the pale lager category at the New South Wales comp a couple of years back. Picked up first place for Australian Premium Lager at the States. Picked up first Australian Premium at the Nationals as well. I've had to change my recipe a little bit this year. It's previously been a Pride of Ringwood focused beer for bittering and flavouring, and obviously with Pride of Ringwood being ceased by the growers, it means it's very hard to come by, and I haven't got enough Pride of Ringwood on hand to do the full batch with it. So we've had a little bit of a tweak. So this year's version is going to be a rethink on the on that lager, but this is a fairly staple beer I do. So it normally runs me through summer. I've always brought in winter. A, so it's ready for comp season, and B, so it's good for summer and it'll normally take me right through. It's not a beer I drink a huge amount of, but it's always there, and yeah, family and relatives and stuff, yeah, love it. You know, the standard, yeah, swill drinkers, yeah, suck it up. It's a standard, yeah, bog Aussie lager, so it's good. I just give it a little bit extra flavour, so I've got a bit more character, and so I can actually enjoy it a little bit. So what we're looking at is grain bill of 4 kilograms of Pilsner, kilo of Marisota, and 0.2 kilos, so 200 grams of Carahel. So it's light, but just enough. There's enough character there from the malt, the Carahel, and the Maris just give it a little bit more depth, make it a little bit more interesting. I'd normally obviously would do this beer as on the 3V system, but we've had a few hiccups today. We've been running around planning my young bloke's wedding. We've had morning tea with his fiance's parents, which went a lot longer than expected, and in the meantime we've discovered I've got a leaky seal around the element on the HLT, which is sort of spitting water everywhere, and given I've got electricity running there and it tends to be wanting to run into where the controls and stuff are, I've canned that for the day. So I'm doing this one as a full batch brew in a bag, so 38 litres in the brew kettle, which should knock me out about 22 litres, no problem in the fermenter, and I'll leave me enough room for, you know, a litre or so just to rinse the grain out at the end. So that's not going to be a problem. Expected gravity is 1040. I'm only looking for 4.1% volume by alcohol. Yeah, so not a strong beer. Obviously, it's going to cup up to 4.4, that range in the bottle. But most of this will go in the keg, so I'm pretty happy with that. Hop wise, as I said, low on Pride of Ringwood. So I'm going 5 grams of Pride of Ringwood. Now, I haven't got my IBU numbers here exactly, but by memory, the Pride of Ringwood was enough to get me, I think it was about 5.5 IBU, and I'm using using some Topaz to balance that out. The Topaz I've got here 5 grams, which on its own is going to get me about another, I think it was about another 9 or 10 IBU. And then I'm going to use some Enigma for about 6 IBU with 7 minutes left in the boil, so that should be a nice mix of a bit of flavour and a bit of aroma. So should tally up to be around 22 IBU all up. So it's quite light. Alright, so that's where we're going. Got the relays here. In-law. Mum and Dad arrived for a cuppa, so I better go and join them, so I'll catch you a bit later. Righto, so we've mashed in, and we're sitting around 63 degrees, and we'll hold that for in the low 60s for about 90 minutes. And we'll do a simple, just a rinse of the grain, and we'll be back and we'll have a look a bit later on at how we go. Righto, so we've been at low 60s for 90 minutes and just raised the temp up to around 68. We've been there for about 10 minutes, hold another 10 minutes, and then we'll raise that for a mash out up to 75. I'm not going to worry stopping it at 72 where I normally would. We'll just slowly go through to 75. We'll hold it there for about 10 minutes before I pull the bag and then go on to a boil. Okay, so we're coming to a boil. Just played out the hops and made an interesting discovery. Actually had more Pride of Ringwood than I thought it did, so I've actually got 12 grams of Pride of Ringwood. Now, I still don't think it's going to be enough IBU to get what I wanted, so I've chucked a couple of grams of Super Alpha in with that just to boost it up. Super Alpha is nice and clean, it's not going to make any real discernible difference. So I'm happy with that anyway. At least I'm going to get the that up front earthiness of the Pride of Ringwood, which is what I really want. So we're still going with the English. So Pride of Ringwood, that's going to go in 60 minutes. I'm going to do a 90-minute boil. As I said, we've got 80% Pilsner in here. We're in that sort of vicinity. It's Joe White. It's not a good quality, German Pilsner. I'm not going to rely on it being, malted enough to have removed any DMS possibilities. So I will be boiling for 90 minutes to ensure I don't have that problem. So 30 minutes into the boil, 60 minutes to go, in will go the Pride of Ringwood. And the Enigma, as I said, 7 minutes. There'll be a Well Flock tablet at 15. That's about her. One thing I didn't mention earlier was with the water, added a little bit of gypsum and a little bit of calcium chloride to the water, and a touch of vitamin C to negate any chlorine in the water. Chlorine or chloramide in the water. That's something I've been doing my last couple of brews, and it seems to work well. So I'm sticking with that. That's it. So the boil's underway. Yeast on this one. We'll go with I've got a Copenhagen Lager White Labs, which I've currently got on the stir plate. It's been going for a couple of days. The pack was almost out of date, so I've had it stirring up for a couple of days on the stir plate. I'm pretty happy with where it's at. I've got a nice amount of yeast there, so I'll pitch that directly tonight. It's still chugging away on its second step at the moment, looking good. I'd normally use a White Labs Danish lager on this one, but there's the White Labs, the Y-East Danish lager, but they no longer make it, and I couldn't get one by the time I realised that they'd stopped producing it. I couldn't get hold of any, so hence the Copenhagen from White Labs. So I'm hoping it'll give me the same effect. that will ferment at 9 degrees, and I will run this as a traditional, more standard sort of lager ferment, so it will get 2 weeks at 9 degrees. At the end of the 2 weeks I will bump it up to about 16 degrees for a couple of days, just to make sure it's chewed up anything that's created, make sure it's nice and clean, and a couple of day cold crash. So I'm not going to do an extended secondary on this one. I really think with the long mash and a good healthy pitch, that we can get around needing to do that. These bottles, the batch will get a long condition in the keg anyway, so I don't think I need to tie up the ferment fridge, you know, for an extra couple of weeks, when realistically this will be in the keg inside of a month, which is June. It's going to have good 3 or 4 months conditioning in the keg before we hit the warm weather, when I'm going to start really drinking it. So I'm pretty happy with that. I can give it some time in the fridge in bottles prior to the comp season as well. So I don't need to tie them. At the moment I can't tie the fridge up. I've got brews I've got to get out. I've got to get. I need another IPA on soon, and I've got to look at getting a beer on now for the son's wedding. So that's pushed a little bit extra pressure onto the brew schedule. So that's what we're looking at. I'm going to wrap this one up here. I'm not going to worry about transfer or anything like that. Everyone knows how a transfer happens. Pitch some yeast, temperature, all the information's there. So as per always, if you've got any questions about what we're doing or on the recipe, jump down the bottom there, stick them in there. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already, so you know what's going on. But other than that, that's me for the day. I'm going to continue on, get this one finished. So till I'm looking at you again and we're playing around with some beer or some tasting beer or doing some beer stuff, good brewing.